opens with a close-up of a young man sitting calmly behind the wheel of a bright red Subaru. This is Baby. His headphones cover his ears, blocking out the world, and his dark sunglasses hide his eyes. He's parked quietly outside a busy bank in Atlanta. Inside the bank, chaos is about to erupt. 3 masked robbers storm in, moving quickly and efficiently, grabbing piles of cash. But Baby? He's in a different world, lost in the music playing in his ears. His head bobs lightly to the beat of Bell Bottoms by John Spencer Blues Explosion, as if the soundtrack is the pulse that controls everything around him. The robbers burst out of the bank, bags full of money. Without a second thought, Baby presses down hard on the gas pedal, his foot pushing the accelerator to the floor. The engine roars to life, and suddenly the calm parking lot transforms into the starting line of an epic chase. What follows is one of the most thrilling car chases ever captured on film. Baby drives with incredible skill. Every turn, every drift, every brake feels effortless yet precise, as if the car is a part of him. He drifts smoothly around corners, the tires screeching in harmony with the music playing in his ears. At one point, he reverses at high speed on a busy highway, confusing the police cars chasing him. Then, in a heart-stopping moment, he slips his car between 2 identical red vehicles in a parking garage, disappearing from the pursuer's sight in a blink. The police are relentless, flashing their sirens, yelling commands, but Baby's movements are fluid, almost like a dance choreographed perfectly to the beat. The streets of Atlanta blur past, a chaotic but beautiful symphony of speed, sound, and survival. This is how Baby works. He rarely speaks. His words are few and far between. But when he's behind the wheel, everything else falls away. His secret, the music, not just for fun. Baby listens constantly to drown out the ringing in his ears. He suffers from tinnitus, a constant high-pitched noise caused by a childhood accident. For him, music isn't just a soundtrack. It's a lifeline. Keeps the pain away and helps him focus. As the chase reaches its thrilling climax, you realize you're not just watching a getaway driver escape the law. You're witnessing a young man who has turned music into a superpower. And this is only the beginning of Baby's story. The intense chase ends, and Baby brings the car to a smooth stop in a quiet parking lot. Inside the car with him are Buddy, Darling, and Griff, the crew who just pulled off the bank robbery. They're tense but satisfied, adrenaline still pumping. Baby doesn't say much. He just waits, calm and collected, ready for what's next. Their destination? A nondescript office building where they are going to meet their boss, a man known simply as Doc. Doc is the man behind all the robberies and getaways. He's not flashy, not loud. In fact, he's cold, calm, and deeply calculating. Every move he makes is thought through with precision. Doc runs the whole operation like a chess game, always thinking 5 steps ahead. Despite his icy demeanor, Doc trusts Baby more than anyone else. Baby isn't just another driver to him. He's his best driver, the one who never makes mistakes and always gets the crew out safely. Doc makes it clear, he only wants Baby behind the wheel. But here's something you learn soon enough. Baby didn't get into this world by choice. Years ago, Baby tried to steal from Doc, but instead of punishing him with violence, pay back your debt, job by job, or else face worse consequences. Baby owes Doc a lot of money. Money he doesn't really have. So every heist, every getaway, is one step closer to freedom. One job left, and Baby believes he can finally walk away from this life. Start fresh, maybe even live a normal life. But as you'll soon see, escaping this world isn't so simple. Outside the fast-paced, dangerous world of robberies and getaways, Baby's life is surprisingly quiet and simple. He doesn't talk much, but his actions speak louder than words. At home, Baby takes care of his foster father, Joseph. Joseph is deaf and communicates using sign language. Their bond is deep and unspoken, filled with small gestures and shared understanding. Joseph worries about Baby, worried that this life of crime will pull him deeper into trouble. He wants Baby to stay safe, to live a peaceful life, far away from the chaos of stolen money and police chases. Baby's escape from the noise around him is his music. He spends hours every day making mixtapes. Not just songs, but unique mixes created from sounds he records throughout the day. Voices he overhears, car engines, city noise, little snippets of conversations, all blended together with his favorite tracks. For Baby, these mixtapes aren't just about music. They're his way of expressing feelings he can't put into words. One day, as Baby sits in a quiet, almost empty diner, something changes. He's used to the background noise, the clinking of cups, the soft hum of conversation. But then, he hears a voice, clear, soft, and full of life. It belongs to Deborah, a waitress who loves old music and dreams of simple things like driving down the highway with no plan. This moment is like a spark, something that will pull Baby out of his quiet world and into a new journey, full of hope, danger, and maybe love. They start talking simple, light conversations at first. They laugh softly, sharing moments that feel rare and precious in Baby's chaotic world. There's a spark between them, something real and hopeful that neither expected. For the first time in a long while, Baby begins to imagine a life beyond crime, beyond owing money to Doc, beyond running and hiding. Maybe, just maybe, there's a chance for something different, something better. Freedom feels so close for Baby, but it's never that simple. Just when he thinks the end is near, Doc calls him again. One last job, the final heist that Baby needs to finish to clear his debt and finally walk away. Baby doesn't want to do it. He's tired. He wants out. But Doc's grip is tight, and Baby knows he has no choice. He agrees. This time, the crew changes. Along with Buddy and Darling, there's a new member, a dangerous wild man named Bats. From the very beginning, Bats doesn't trust Baby. He looks at Baby like he's some kind of mystery, a quiet guy who always listens to music and barely talks. To Bats, that's suspicious. He doesn't like people who don't speak up. Bats is volatile, quick to anger, unpredictable, and he thrives in chaos and violence. The plan is simple but risky: rob a local post office. But before they can pull the heist, they need one crucial thing: untraceable guns. Weapons that can't be linked back to them, no matter how hard the police investigate. As the crew prepares, the tension between Baby and Bats grows thicker. Everyone knows this job could go wrong, but no one is ready for how messy it will get. The crew arrives at a dark, empty warehouse on the outskirts of town. The air feels heavy, the shadows long and deep. They're here to meet some arms dealers, people who sell guns that can't be traced, guns that won't lead back to them. But something doesn't feel right. Tension hangs thick in the air, and Baby watches carefully, always alert. Then suddenly, without warning, Bats pulls out his gun and shoots the dealers, before the deal is even finished. Why did he do that? As it turns out, Bats believed the dealers were actually undercover cops trying to trap them. Maybe he was right. Maybe he was wrong. Either way, the warehouse explodes into chaos. Gunshots ring out. Bullets fly everywhere. Buddy and Darling panic, shouting orders. Baby keeps his cool, but the danger is real and close. With nerves of steel, Baby jumps into the driver's seat, engine roaring to life. He speeds through the maze of streets, dodging bullets and weaving between cars like a ghost. It's a bloody, violent escape, but Baby's skill behind the wheel keeps them alive. When they finally pull away, everyone is shaken. The silence after the chaos is deafening. Back at headquarters, Doc is furious. This was never the plan. The gun deal was supposed to be clean, simple, and quiet, not a bloody shootout that could bring the whole operation down. Baby is behind the wheel again, headphones on, music playing, keeping calm and focused. Buddy, Darling, and Bats burst inside the post office, weapons ready. The robbery starts quickly, but Bats is already on edge, acting wild and reckless. He pushes and scares the workers more than necessary. The tension in the room rises fast. Baby waits outside, engine running, eyes on the rearview mirror, listening to music to drown out the chaos inside and the ringing in his ears. Suddenly, the cops arrive. Someone must have triggered an alarm during the robbery. Doc is angry. The job was messy, dangerous, and Bats's behavior made everything worse. Buddy and Darling are worried about what comes next. Baby wants out more than ever. Tensions rise between Baby and Bats. Bats doesn't respect Baby. Away from the chaos, guns, and car chases, Baby finally finds a little bit of peace with Deborah. She becomes his calm in the middle of the storm. They start spending more time together. Sometimes they just sit in the diner talking about music, about life, about dreams. Other times they go on drives, long, quiet drives with no destination. Just the road, the wind, and music playing softly in the background. Deborah tells Baby about her dream, to just drive. Drive far away with nothing holding me back. No map, no plan. Just music and the open road. Baby listens closely. That's his dream too, to be free. To leave this dangerous life behind. No more document. No more heists. No more fear. Just him, Deborah, and the sound of the engine under a wide, open sky. Deborah doesn't care about his past. She doesn't judge him for being quiet or for the things he's done. She sees something good in him, something gentle, kind, and worth saving. And for the first time in a long time, Baby starts to believe that he could actually have a future. Not just survive, but live. Every moment with Deborah makes him want to be better. Her voice, her laughter, even the way she sings old songs softly while working. It all becomes a kind of music to Baby. Different from the music in his iPod, warmer, real. He's falling for her, quietly, deeply, and he begins to dream that maybe love is his way out. Just when Baby starts to believe that he might finally escape, Doc shows up again with another plan. One last job, he says. Bigger, riskier, and more dangerous than anything they've done before. Doc explains the target. It's not just another bank or store. The kind of job where one mistake means prison or death. Baby freezes for a moment. He thought he was done. He thought his debt was paid. But Doc has other plans. He calmly reminds Baby that their deal isn't just about money anymore. You're my lucky charm, Doc says. Every job with you behind the wheel goes smooth. So now it's not about debt. It's about trust, control, ownership. Baby isn't being hired anymore. He's being kept. The day of the final job arrives. The city feels heavier. Dark clouds, thick tension, no turning back. Baby sat in the driver's seat, and the front passenger seat was Bats. Twitchy, violent. In the back were Buddy and Darling, the crazy-in-love couple who thrived on danger. As they pulled up near the back entrance, Buddy and Darling hopped out first, walking toward the building like they worked there. Baby glanced at Bats beside him. The guy was calm. Too calm. Minutes later, alarms exploded, people screamed. Bats was first back in the car, sliding into the front seat. "Go, Baby, go!" he yelled. Baby sat frozen. His hands were on the wheel, but he didn't move. He slammed his foot on the gas, launching the car forward. The car slammed into the back of the truck, and that heavy steel rod went straight through the windshield and pierced through Bat's neck. Then sirens. The police were coming. The team bailed from the car and ran. No more plans, just panic. Down alleys, across streets, through traffic. Chaos everywhere. But the worst hit was still coming. As they turned a corner, Darling got shot. A bullet from a police officer hit her straight in the chest. She collapsed instantly. "Darling!" Buddy screamed, stopping dead in his tracks. The love of his life, dead in the street. And now Buddy wanted revenge. And Baby, he just wanted out. Buddy had only one thing on his mind: revenge. And Baby was his target. Baby didn't wait. He rushed home, grabbed his deaf foster father, and left him somewhere safe, away from the chaos. He knew things were only going to get worse. Then he raced to pick up Deborah, but freedom wasn't going to come easy. Suddenly, Buddy appeared again, this time in a stolen police car, sirens flashing. He wasn't going to let Baby go. A high-speed chase began. Baby, thinking fast, drove his car off a parking garage ramp, landing hard on top of Buddy's police car below, crushing it. But Buddy wasn't inside. He stepped out from the shadows, holding a gun, walking toward Baby and Deborah. His eyes were filled with rage. He wanted Baby to feel what he felt. With one final push, Baby shoved Buddy off the edge of the parking garage. He fell, crashing onto a burning wreck below. The flames took him. Buddy was dead. And for the first time, Baby could finally breathe. After everything, Baby and Deborah finally escaped the noise. They were on the open road, driving down a quiet highway. A soft song played, a track sung by Baby's mother. Her voice filled the car, and for the first time in a long time, Baby felt peace. But up ahead, reality waited. Police cars blocked the road. Officers stood in silence, ready. Baby looked at Deborah. She didn't say a word, just nodded gently, holding his hand. He stopped the car, took off his sunglasses, and quietly stepped out. Baby turned himself in. In court, people spoke for him about how he protected others, how he didn't kill for fun, how he tried to change. But the law was the law. Baby was sentenced to 25 years in prison, with a chance of parole after 5. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon on.